Hey, all right, everybody, look, I've got another bike. Right, okay, here's the ESKUTE M100 Plus. I did do an unboxing video about a week or two ago, so the link will be either up there, or down in the description for the unboxing video. So let's have a closer look at this bike. Right, okay, so here we go. We have got a front light by there. There is no real light, just a reflector down by there, but there is a front integrated front light there. We got these NFC tags here, which I assume are there to make the bike go, and without them they won't go, I assume. We have got front suspension. We got the battery there, which is a 36 volt, and down by there at the back, the hub motor there is a proper 250 watt legal e-bike motor. So this is what it looks like with me sitting on the bike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimeters or 1.78 meters. Now, if I do put my hands on the handlebars, I am leaning over, not a lot, but I am leaning over. I'd prefer the handlebars to be by here, so I might put a riser on just for me, for my comfort. I am getting a little bit older, so I need the handlebars to be a bit higher. So take that into consideration. If you know, there is easy ways to make these handlebars go up and down if it is a little bit too far forward for you. Looking up here on the handlebars, 7-speed Shimano, there's your display there. It has got a bell. That needs a slight adjustment because it's not quite ringing true. Then you've got the display here, hold the M button down like that. There's a display, sort of white backlight with black lettering. You have got 5 modes there for settings. I assume that the front headlight has hold this button down like that. There we go, the headlight thing has come on, and if you press down the minus button, I'm assuming it's got a walk function. So wheels and tyres, we've got a 27.5 inch wheel, 27.5 times 1.95 tyre. We've got 160mm discs and cable operated brakes. So I've taken the battery out just to have a look at the specs by here, and it does say on the battery 36 volts, 13 amp hours, or 468 watt hours. There we go, I'll just bring it in like that. Hopefully you can see that there, like that, if it focuses on that. And I do believe that the controller is down by here, actually incorporated into the holder for the battery. Here we go then, the magnet of truth. What is the frame made of? Let's pop that on here like that, and that is sticking to that. So the frame is a steel construction. The pedals, they're steel there. I mean the pedal arms, these bits here, aluminium. The handlebars up here, that's sticking to that. So they're steel as well there. The wheels, aluminium, and this bit is steel by here. So there we go. Okay then, that was a quick look around the ESKUTE M100 Plus. Let's get this bike out on the old open road. Right, okay, here we are out on the open road. So we'll do a bit of a speed test by here. Once we get on the main road by here now, just round the corner. I'm in level 5, so we'll see if it gets up to 15.5 with the old pedal assist. So here we go. 9-10 miles per hour. Now I'll slow down just a little bit by here because it felt like it eased off just before 15.5, so let's go again. It does stop before 15.5. Let's try on the hill by here so I can feel it. Wait for it to slow down a little bit. It felt like it sort of tapered off after 14.8 miles per hour, if that makes any sense. It sort of tapered off. Yeah, 14.8, I just seen it then. And it sort of eases off at 14.8. It doesn't actually get to the 15.5. So I'm on the flat now, and it does get to about 15.2 miles per hour, but it starts to taper off at 14.8 miles per hour. And this is with me on the bike, mine doesn't actually reach the 15.5 miles per hour. Right, I'm gonna turn right up this hill by here so we can do a hill test past these tractors. Right, we're on the sort of the less, oh, what am I saying? Right, we're on the way up the hill. This is the less steep part. At the moment, I'm just ghost pedaling. It's doing 14 miles per hour. So at the moment it's okay. I gotta say, this seat isn't the comfortablest seat in the world. The suspension seat is going up and down, but the seat itself isn't very comfortable. And the handlebars are down quite low. Could do with like a slightly adjustable handlebar stem thing, if you know what I mean. Right, there's a tunnel by here. Let's put the headlight on, see what it's like. Is that on now? Yeah, the headlight is on, so we'll have a look when we get in the tunnel by here. Let's have a look. There we go. I don't know if you can see on the floor there. I'd call that, well, it's all right. It's all right. It's adequate, I'd say. Adequate would be the right word. It's not bad. It's not good. It's adequate. Let's turn it off. Right, we're going to get to the steep part of the hill in a second. Any minute now. Still not steep yet. And we'll see what it's like. Now, it is a bike, so it should be fairly easy to pedal up the hill. But the problem I'm having, well, I'll explain the problem when I get off the bike, when I get to the cattle grid now. Right, this is the steep part of the hill. The bike is still doing the work at the moment. I'm in gear 1. Now I'm pedaling as well, but it is easy. Like I said, because this is a bike, the wheels, the thin tyres and the wheels are very light compared to the other type of bikes. So it's easy to pedal. So this is quite easy to pedal up here. If you understand what I'm trying to say. It isn't hard to move the wheels around because they're quite light wheels. They're bike wheels. Like I said, it's a bike. So it is really easy to pedal up here. The bike's done most of the work really. Even though it's a 36 volt e-bike, it still is quite easy. Now we'll get to the cattle grid by here and I'll show you my predicament. Now it's easy to change the situation, if you know what I mean. I'll explain in a minute. There's no point me waffling. I'll get by here, I'll get off the bike and I'll explain to you now. Right, we made it to the cattle grid. Easy, okay? That was lovely. But let me get off the bike and I'll show you what I mean. Right, now this is probably to do with me being old, okay? I'm not a young man anymore, but the seat height is almost at its lowest point there. Now, if I raise the seat up higher, that means that I'm leaning forward more on the handlebars. You can see the handlebars are very, very low. They're very low. So I've had to make a compromise of putting the seat lower so I'm not bending over so much to reach the handlebars. But then that means that my knees are coming up higher on the pedals. Now this is specific to me, I assume. But as you get older, you like to be a little bit more upright. So the solution, which is quite easy, is to either have one of these stems with a neck that points up, brings the handlebars up a bit higher, or one of them adjustable ones. So you can either have it low, if you prefer it low, or have it high, if you want it high. Now, I've put this gel on the seat here, because I'll show you why. Let me take it off, like that. It's got a proper bike seat, if you know what I mean. There's my hand lock, so it's not very wide compared to the other e-bikes. So this is more like a, and this is not a complaint because this is more like a bike. It's quite soft, look. It's not as if it's hard, but it's not very wide. So I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I think that most people would like the seat, but I'd like to see a bit of adjustment on this handlebar by here. That's what I prefer because it suit more people. Anyway, we're up the hill. Let's get up the rest of that hill there, the steep part of that hill, and we'll see what it's like. And because, like I said, it's got nice, light, big wheels, it is very easy to pedal. Right, okay, there's no throttle or anything like that, so let's see how many turns of the crank before I can get going. I'm still in first gear, so let's start pedaling. That's half. That's about one full revolution of the crank before it gets going. So it's not too bad to start off on a hill. But this is the really steep part by here. But like I said, it's so easy to pedal. So that makes it all right. So here we go up the hill. And it is, like I said, it's quite easy. It's not too bad at all. It's a lot easier than the small wheeled 36 volt e-bikes. I think we're coming to the steepest part by here now. So this is the steepest part by here, and it is still quite easy to pedal up here. The hub motor seems to be doing a lot of the work. We haven't had any overheating issues, so everything's groovy. Now, I'll stop just up by here, and we'll try the walk function, see what it's like. Is it going to be a good walk function or not? This seat is too skinny for me. It's not very nice at all. Right, let's stop by here. And then we'll hold down the minus button like so. And I'm assuming there is a walk function. I can see a little man, but nothing's happening. Why is that then? I'll do it again. Can you see the little man? Little man there, there we go. Let's just stop again now. That was a huge delay there. What was that about? Let's try it again. Little man, now is going. Okay, how does that feel? It's not bad, it's all right. It did say 1.6 miles per hour then. Can I hold it back quite easy? Yeah, I can hold it back. It's pulling me a little bit. So it's, I put that somewhere in the middle of, if there was a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put it around about a 5 on the walk function. Maybe a 4.5, a little bit lower than a 5, I'd say. It's got a little bit of power, but there's nothing to sort of, you know, it is dragging me up the hill ever so slightly. Anyway, that's enough of that. We'll go up here now and we'll turn around, come down. We'll try the brake test. We've got cable operated brakes. They do feel a little bit hard to pull, so I'll pull them as hard as I can and then we'll see if it stops good or not. I haven't tried any e-bike with the brakes haven't stopped adequately, but we'll see what it's like now. Now the question is, why am I still walking with the bike? Let's get on the bike and pedal up there. Right, so we'll get up there where the hill stops because that goes into people's houses, so that's where the mountain road stops. We'll turn around and we'll try the brakes and see what they're like. Right, here we go, and then we'll try and get close to 15.5 miles per hour. Yeah, we're close to it now. 15.5, that's 17, that is actually, it's 18. Ready, 1, 2, 3, go. Well, hey. Right, let's have a look. I think you can see that mark there, can you? Let me just put that there like that. Is that going to stay like that? Stay. Stop moving. Right. Around about by, let's put my leg tidy, about by here. So that's not too bad at all. But I did have to, I gotta say, a lot of tyre came off that, a lot of tyre mark came off that tyre. I did have to pull the brakes very hard because they are mechanical. You've got to pull them quite hard. Now, what's next? Freewheel down here, down this hill, and see what kind of speeds we can get to just freewheeling. What would my guess be? Let's say, I'm going to guess 28 miles per hour. That's my guess. And that's just freewheeling, and I want to feel how it handles as well. It should handle quite well, because like I said, I keep saying this, but it is like a bike. You know, what a bike used to be like. Until all these other type of bikes came along. Right, so I'm not going to pedal. I'm just going to freewheel. And we'll go down here. We're on 10.11, 12. It's going on quite fast actually. 15 miles per hour. 16, 17, 18, 20, 23, 25, 28, 29, 30, almost 31, 31. I better slow down by here. 31. I think I had to slow down by there because it's a corner and I couldn't see what was coming around the corner and I was doing 31 miles per hour. So it goes pretty fast when you freewheel it. I reckon I could have got up to 33 miles per hour then. But here we are, we're going to go back across the cattle grid. So here we go across the cattle grid. And then let's go down the rest of this hill. Now, I was going to go this way, but the farmer has been by here with his tractor and he's made a right mess by here. Look at this. There's no way, I can't get around there because there's all ferns on that side. I can't go through there because it'll be muddy as anything. They had, I think it was corn or something in that field up there. Look, I don't know if you can see a few twigs left. That's what them tractors were. Further down the road when I turned up the hill, they must have been collecting all the stuff from here, but a big mess has been made, so I can't go that way, so I'm gonna have to go back down that way there and do a bit more off-roading. Right, okay, let's make my way back. This isn't quite an off-road bike. We have got the suspension seat, which is bouncing up and down, even though the seat pad is a bit small. It's okay though, it's alright. We've got the small tyres. So it is doing the off-road stuff adequately. That's the word of the day, is adequate. So let's get down here. I don't want to go too fast because it is bumpy. And we'll head back this way now. There's a big dirt track. Can I go over these bricks? I should be alright, shouldn't I, and stuff? Let's go over them. Yeah. Oh, hey, up there. Oh, right. Right, okay, let's go down this big hill. By here. Down here. Hey. Oh. This bike isn't meant for off-roading, but we'll give it a bash anyway. It's down this bit here. It's giving the brakes a bit of a trial, isn't it? They are stopping me, see, the brakes are stopping me. So they're doing alright on the off-road stuff by here. It's not too bad at all. A few squeaks there then. So, like I said earlier, these handlebars are a bit low, so I'll have to sit back a bit further because I am a little bit too far forward. The weight is all going on the front wheel. I'd like to be a little bit further back, if you know what I mean. I got to watch this big thing on the road over there, on this side of me. Big thing, hit your pedal. Right. Made it absolutely fine down there, so that was okay. Now, I haven't tried side to side, so let's give it a bash. Hope no cars come up the hill. There we go. So it does handle extremely well. I can go right over there, no problem at all. It does handle really well. Like a bike. I gotta stop saying like a bike. And I'm going at speed now and I can still go back and forth, look, no problem at all. over there. So it is quite nice. Now, it's got 5 levels of assist, so let's just have a quick look up here. Watch the traffic. And I'll put it on level 1. Let me pull over a second, come to a stop, and we'll see what level 1's all about. Let's have a feel of that then. Oh yeah, I can feel it. I think our stops are on about 4 or 5 miles per hour. Let's try level 2. About 7 miles per hour, that stops. Let's try level 3, let's slow down a bit. About 10 miles per hour, 9.5. Let's try level 4. Level 4, here we go. About 12.5 miles per hour. Then obviously level 5, it's a car coming behind me. Level 5 is the 15.2 I got it to. That car wanted to get past me quite quickly. Right, let's go a little bit further. Another car coming, is it? Oh, it's busy. Motorbike. Now I've done 6 miles. It's a tractor by the side of me in the field. We've done 6 miles. And the first battery bar's just gone down, so it is a 13 amp hour battery, so you should get an adequate range. Yeah, the range should be okay. Obviously, I'm not going to test it all today. Right, if there's no traffic, when I get past the brow of this hill by here, I'll try and pedal as fast as I can, just to see how fast I can get the bike to go. Probably not that fast, but we'll give it a bash now. I'm in gear 1 at the moment. Let's get down the gears once we get past here. Let's hope there's no traffic. Oh. There we go. I got blocked off. Is the farmer doing this stuff again? Oh. He's making a mess on the road as well. It's okay. Right, okay. Let's see. Let's wait for our tractor to go because it is quite slow. Right, here we go. Right, let's get past the mud as well. Okay.
Thank you.
Get past all this mud. Ready? I think they must be cutting the trees down. Right then, here we go. Pedal power. 17 miles per hour. It's a bit of a hill by here. Oh no, there's cars as well. Here we go. 21, 22, 23, 25.6. Our tractor's making some dust. Phew-wee. It's quite dusty behind that tractor. I don't like that, whatever's coming off that there. It's quite dusty. Right, okay then, I've made it back to civilization, so I think I'll make my way back because this seat is not very comfortable for a man of my age. Anyway, let's make my way back. Right, okay then, that's my review of the ESKUTE M100 Plus. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Ahoy!